If your appointment setters are stuck booking only 1 to 2 calls a day, you're leaving hundreds and thousands of dollars on the table. Most coaches like you think the answer is to get more leads. You're completely wrong. Your team doesn't need more leads. They need to be better with words when objections hit. My name is Aman, and for the last 4 years, I've built high ticket sales systems for a dozen 7 8 figure coaches like InstaCoach Mike and Bashiri Smith. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact objection handling system my teams use to take businesses from an empty calendar to a fully packed 30 to 60 calls per week calendar, often doubling or tripling their sales in under 90 days. This isn't theory. This is exactly what's working in 2026. So let's dive into the 6 part framework. So money, basically, there are some few objections in money that you can come across. Let's go over it one by one. So first is, how much are your services? So if someone asks you that, you can always say we offer multiple one-to-one custom build programs. Since we don't sell one for all courses, they don't work long. You can say that in the brackets. The investment totally depends on what would suit your goals and needs the best. That's why we do a call, so we can understand what exactly your goals are and show you how exactly will help you achieve your XYZ goal. It could be anything. If all sounds good to you, then you can make the decision to work and crush it with me. Sound fair, name? Make sure to send these messages in different chunks, not like as one big paragraph, but 3 different chunks like I've written in the sheet. This is going to help you create both curiosity in them, and at the same time they will have that kind of feeling in which they will be like, okay, I want to go about this, because in order for me to understand what they're offering, I need to hop on a call. So we need to make that call really important and really urgent to them, and that's where this message would work greatly. Let's say if they ask, is it free or paid? So you can always say, haha, is there any good thing for free? So go with the humor. Take my word, if something is free, there's a good 99% chance it's not worth your time. Why are we saying this? Because you need to make sure that you are speaking from someone else's behalf, right? You're in someone else's Instagram account, they have authority. So you need to maintain that authority, and you need to make sure that the lead also knows that, okay, this is the owner I'm speaking with. This is not an appointment setter. This is not a sales rep. So that's why we say things like this: take my word, if something is free, there's a good 99% chance it's not worth your time. We're a premium choice since we've helped over XYZ professionals do ABC. You can say something like, we've helped over 5,000 businesses make $100,000 per month, and therefore there's a multiple 4-figure investment, or whatever the investment is, in our program. However, we do a call so we can understand what exactly your goals are and show you exactly how will help you achieve your XYZ goal. If all sounds good to you, then you can make the decision to work and crush it with me. Sound fair, name? Again, same mentality in this message as well. We need to make the call really urgent, like the gold mine which they want to get. For that, we need to make it and place it in a way that they're like, okay, dude, this call seems to be really valuable for me. Now let's say if they ask, why is it so expensive, blah blah blah. So it's the same thing. We definitely are premium choice, so same thing like we covered before. And if you want one for all courses, we might not be the best fit. However, if you want a one-to-one mentorship to achieve an XYZ goal in the next 3 to 6 months, I can certainly help you with that. So again, leading with that authority, not leading with something like, oh, please hop on a call, I want you on the call, please, not pushing them, but actually creating the call and creating our program as one of the best, because it is, I believe you're working for one of the best companies. So you need to make sure that the lead also believes the same way, and once they look at it the same way like you're looking at it, that's when you have done your job. That's when they'll be like, okay, now I need to hop on this call. These guys are not selling me a one for all course which doesn't really work for anyone, but they're actually selling me something which will work for me, which will work for my business, for my career, whatever you're selling. Yeah. So is achieving your XYZ goal a priority for you, or something you don't want to focus on right now? If they say it's a priority, why did I ask that question at the end? The reason is because once you maintain that authority, once you do that acknowledgement, and then you do that authority, which is also known as reinforcement, you always need to lead with the third message as a question. Now that question needs to be something that challenges them, and they say something like, oh yes, it's a priority. Okay, awesome, let's get to work then. Are you open for a call? That's it, you go for the call. Again, it's like, I'm not sure if I can invest. So I hear you name financials can be difficult to manage at times. However, I really want you to look at this as an investment rather than expense. That's going to give you a 10x, 200x ROI in your career/business. That's what helped me, and you can take my word since I've invested more than dollars in my career/business growth. Again, using personal example that the mentor himself has or her has invested so much money in their growth that they know it's worth it, and that's why you have to show them that. And since paying everything upfront can be challenging, we offer multiple payment plan options as well. So this shows them that there are options available. First, they need to have that ASAP priority within them, and that's when everything goes really smoothly for them. And on the call, they can make the decision. So that's why we say, would you be in a place financially? We need to ask them, are you in a place financially? Alright guys, so the last one is, if they say it depends on multiple things, if I like the offer, all that stuff, and you can obviously say like absolutely, that's what the call is for. So you can make an informed decision and then go ahead with the script. So if someone ever says, for example, you ask them, hey, would you be in a place financially, or do you have the money? And they say, depends on multiple things, if I like the offer. That basically means yes, they will have the money, they just need to see if it's a good fit. So you can say absolutely, that's what the call is for. So you can make an informed decision and go ahead with the script. Like, okay, here's the link, you can book it, blah, 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 blah. Let me know once you've booked it. Done. Next come to urgency, timing objections. This is a very tricky part because people usually take urgency very least important. But urgency can actually be very much more important than the money itself, because usually people have the money in most of the cases, or they just arrange it from somewhere. But urgency is something they need to have it by themselves. So let's say if someone says, I'll join later when I have more time. So you can say, gotcha. So is achieving your XYZ goal not an ASAP priority for you at the moment? You need to challenge them again. You can't go like, oh, why is it? You just told me you are interested. We can hop on a call. Let's see if it's a good thing for you. No, you can't do that. You can't be a beggar. You have to make sure that you maintain that authority. You need them to reflect, and they'll be like, oh dude, this is an ASAP priority. What the hell am I doing? Why am I saying I don't have time? So when they reply, no, it's not, you can leave them with a resource. That's fine. Nurture them more. If they reply with, it is an ASAP priority, you can go ahead with the script. Let's say they say, let me finish my current program first. Totally get that, and it makes sense you'd want to finish what you've already started. Is it getting you the kind of results you were hoping for? Let's say they say, no, maybe not there yet, taking time, whatever. They're not going to say they've achieved the results, otherwise they won't be talking to us, right? So you'll go with a lot of people, businesses, whatever your niche is, I talk to are in the same spot. They realize working with the right strategies speeds things up instead of waiting. How about a call where I can show you how exactly will help you achieve your XYZ goal? If all sounds good to you, then you can decide to work with me. Sound fair? Again, you're giving them that liberty that, hey, I'm not forcing you to do something. I'm just telling you this thing is important to you. I'm showing you how to do it. If all goes good, you can decide to work with me. And finances and everything obviously will be covering in triaging. When we send them the link, they book the call, and then we can triage. But this is before that. If they come up with these things, like you offer the call and they're like, let me finish my current program first, this is when you can use it. Let's say they say, I'm busy with work, studies, can we reconnect later? Sure. Should we reconnect it 4 hours from now? Or you can also say tomorrow, but don't say like more than 2 days. Why this works? Because you don't want to be needy. Like, no, let's get this done first. Don't want to sound needy. Give them the time if they need it. So if they reply with, let's reconnect but let's say, if they say, let's reconnect in a longer duration, then you can say, let's say they say, let's reconnect in 1 week or 2 weeks. So you can say, gotcha. So is achieving your XYZ goal not an ASAP priority for you at the moment? So if they reply, no, it's not, leave them with a resource to nurture. If they reply with, it is an ASAP priority, then you can go ahead with the script. Okay, then sounds good. What I can do is I can share you the call link where you will book a call for any suitable date and time. Just let me know when you've booked. Sounds good? Sounds good? Alright, here's the link. That's it. Done. Let's say they say, I'll think about it and get back to you. Very common one. Lots of people do that. So sure, is it the program itself that you want to think about, or something else? Most cases they'll say program, so you can continue with this. Oh, that's simple. The call is to help you understand more about the program so you can make an informed decision. If all sounds good there, then you can make the decision to work with me. Does that sound fair, man? You see, sometimes we have to make sure, guys, that we speak to leads as 10-year-olds, like they understand our stuff. It's not like they don't understand, but we need to make sure that we are using the least jargon as possible in conversation, and in the most easiest way we're communicating what we are saying. So that's why I have to say this again and again. Like, if all sounds good, then you can make the decision to work with me. Does that sound fair, Nate? Like, they're like, okay, yeah, that sounds fair. I'm not losing anything. Obviously, in the later stage, we'll have to triage them if they don't have the money. So once you do this, you send them the call booking link, they fill it. Let's say they say that, hey, I don't have finances right now, or my urgency is 1 to 3 months. You do the triage again. Like, triaging is non-negotiable. You have to do it. Once the call booking link is shared, you have to do the triage, whatever they say in the form. But this is before that, if you get objections before. Alright guys, so we've made it through money and urgency. So let's go to trust now. Trust is very important. So people can have trust issues, especially when they have been scammed before, or they have seen their peers get scammed, or scammed. When I say scammed, which basically means that they paid for something and they didn't get the service, which is really bad because this market is filled with really just B words, coaches and course creators who say something but they never deliver. However, we know that we deliver the best service, the best coaching, the best course, and for us to convey the exact same thing to them, we need to make sure that we know how to handle those objections. So let's say if someone says, how do I know this actually works? Oh, good question, and that's what the call is for. And then you do some authority building. We have helped over XYZ professional do ABC, and I'm sure I can help you achieve your XYZ goal as well. On the call, if you like the program, so same thing, works very, very easily. That works. Let's say if they say, I've tried similar programs before, but they didn't work. It's a very common one for people who have had help before and then it didn't help them. So it's an important one. So let's see how we go about this. So totally get that and agree. There are lots of so-called fake, whatever the niches, gurus these days selling BS one for all courses which don't really work. However, after investing more than dollars in my career/business, I've understood that every investment is either a success or a learning. Eating one bad chocolate won't make us hate chocolates forever, right? The next message, we've helped over XYZ professionals do ABC, and I'm sure I can help you achieve your XYZ goal as well. Name. However, for that I first need you to have an open mind towards this. On the call, if you like the program and it seems to be a good fit, then only you can decide to work with me. Sound fair for the call name. You have to place it like that they are not yet losing anything. They just need to trust us because they are serious about their business. They just need to see if this is something, again, a bad opportunity, or this is really a good one where they have already helped hundreds and thousands of people, which we have, I believe. So that's why we have to handle these objections very carefully, not forcing them towards anything, but making them realize what they might lose if they won't jump on the call. Yeah. Let's say if they say, are there any guarantees? We do offer some sort of guarantees, which we'll discuss more about on the call. However, you need to understand that it works for both ways. I know my program works, and for it to work for you, you need to make sure you do 10 out of 10 from your end. If that's done, I'm certain I can help you achieve your XYZ goal within whatever timeline you do it. Go forward with this question. Easy. Let's say they say again, how do I know it's not a scam? Haha, I know there are so many so-called fake gurus these days that it can get hard to trust real programs. However, we have helped over XYZ professionals achieve ABC results, which says a ton about us with a simple smiley emoticon. Move with the next question, whatever you have in the next rapport building. Do you have proof or testimonials? Of course, we will do over XYZ professionals achieve ABC results. Here's a link for you to check out some of them. Link. But don't forget, always end with a question. None of your message chunk should end without a question. Always end with a question, so that you're always in the driving seat of the conversation. It shouldn't be the other way around, that the lead kept on asking you questions after questions after question and you just answering them. No, it has to be the other way around, that we have to ask them questions. So make sure whenever you do this is really important. Move with the script question. Really important. Whatever the question is in your rapport building process next. This could be urgency, it could be what are the challenges, it could be are you ready for the call, whatever you have, just go after that. Yeah. We are here at need/relevance objections. So this is a very tricky one. Why? Because it's basically, you need to figure out if they're saying objections like this, like need and relevance ones, for example, I'm not sure if this is for me, then you really have to question, is this person even serious about this or not? So that's why in most of this objection handling, we're going to understand if it's a priority for them. Once it's a priority, we know that for sure they've said it themselves, then you can move on with the script. But first we need to understand that. So let's say how we handle it. Let's say they say, I'm not sure if this is for me. I say, is it because you're not sure about the program itself, or because you're not sure if you want to pursue this career or business? If they reply about program, like it's about the program itself, tell them that's what the call is for, and then pitch the call like we did in the earlier section. If they reply about not sure if they want to pursue, do this. Gotcha. Is growing this business, achieving your goal, whatever your niche is, an ASAP priority for you, or is it not that important right now? We need to understand their urgency. If they reply ASAP, again, go ahead with the script, suggest a call, whatever the next step is, and let them know that it's going to help them make an informed decision. But if they reply with it's not a priority right now, send them a resource, ask them to watch it, and then connect with you. Really important. Whenever you send someone a resource because it's not a good fit right now, what you're doing is you're playing the long game. It's a long sale now. The sales cycle is long, but you need to make sure that you send them the right resource for them that's gonna nurture them in the next 1 or 2 days, or the 1 or 2 weeks, or 1 or 2 months, and then you're gonna follow up with them, and then you're gonna connect again, and that's when they're gonna be ready. So really important. Let's say they say, I just wanted to learn more, not buy. Again, not looking like a serious one. Makes sense. Is achieving XYZ goal also just a random thought to you, or something you want to actively work on? If it's, they say it's a random thought, same thing, send a resource and reconnect later. If they say it's something they want to work on, do this, makes sense, then I believe you must be open to opportunities as well, which will ensure that you achieve an XYZ goal in the next timeline, correct? You can also add name. They reply yes, go ahead with the script. That's it. I don't think I need help with that. Okay, gotcha. Is achieving your goal a priority to you? They said, yes. Amazing. And have you been able to achieve it by following your path in the last 6 months? They replied, no. Gotcha. So would it be so awful if I could show you the best path for you to achieve an XYZ goal? Not really. Awesome. Let's hop on a call where I'll show you exactly. Basically, you have to, again, their brain is so much effed up with so much nonsense out there in the market that you need to clear the fluff, and you need to speak it as clearly as possible, like in as clear words as possible, like you're speaking to a 10-year-old, that you have to emphasize on each and every important word that then they understand. Like, sound fair, name? Does that sound like a fair deal to you? And then be like, oh yeah, it is a fair deal, let's do it. Yeah, because you know they have the money, they have the business, they have the urgency. First you need to make sure they have the urgency, they have the money. If they have everything, then I don't think there should be any reason why you shouldn't be able to close any objection. Yeah. All right, let's move to next. So I'm just exploring options right now. Makes sense, and it's important to explore. However, also important to make decisions and not just keep exploring. Otherwise, too many options leave us with no decision at all. To help you make an informed decision, name, I suggest you can hop on a call with my team who will explain you how exactly step by step will help you achieve your XYZ goal. At the end of the call, if all sounds good to you, you can decide to work with me. Sound fair, name? See, same mentality. So objection handling is not bunch of different words. It's the same mentality you want your lead to be in, so that they are in a ready to buy, ready to take action mentality, rather than, oh, I'm just exploring mentality. Alright guys, so we are at authority and decision making objections. These are not that difficult to handle, because it basically means when people are saying, oh, I have to ask my partner, my business partner, my life partner, my family, my dad, my friend, whatever. Usually they don't need to ask. It's just that they need, in their mind, they need some kind of acknowledgement from someone else saying that, hey, this is the right option. But yeah, it's fine. They are humans at the end, and it's a big decision for them. It's a big investment. So we're gonna help them solidify that objection handling, and make sure that we go through it very smoothly, so that they don't feel pressurized, and at the same time they feel supported from us. Yeah. So let's say they ask, I need to ask my business, life partner, family, and they can ask this at any time, maybe when you pitch the call, or maybe when they have booked the call, and then you ask if you have any business partner, and they say this, whatever. So you can say, for sure, the call is always to help you make an informed decision, since before that you barely know any details. What we can do is add your business / life / family, whatever the person is, to the call as well. So you all, or both of you, how many people we have, you can understand that how exactly will help you achieve your XYZ goal. If all sounds good, then you can make the decision to work and crush it with me. Sound fairly. Again, same mentality. I'm not the decision maker, same thing. For sure, the goal is always to help you make an informed decision, since before that you barely know any details. What we can do is, so basically same thing, if all sounds good. So again, it's the same thing. Yeah. So authority decision making is not that difficult to handle, but sometimes it can get a little tricky when some setters might go for the pushing direction. They'll be like, oh sure, let's hop on a call, and if you need any decision, you can call them later. No, don't do that stuff. You need to make sure that you are making them feel like you are there to help them. Yeah, try to be in their shoes, try to understand what exactly they're going through. So always remember, you're not selling a product, you're selling an emotion. To sell emotion, you need to make sure there is an emotional connection first. So that emotional connection needs to be honesty, needs to be truthfulness, and that needs to be coming from a place where you understand them. Alright, so you need to really make sure that you don't go after the pushing approach, or be like, let's hop on a call, we'll decide later, blah blah. Oh, it's fine, you're not the decision maker, we can just hop on a call, this call is just a strategy call. Don't do that BS. never works. No call is a strategy call, every call is a sales call. You're not going to say it to them, but at the end the business knows every call is a sales call, because we need to make sure that we value our time as well as leads time. So the setting expectations in the very beginning is really important, and that's why we always going to make sure that we're going to handle these objections very smoothly. Yeah. All right, I'll see you in the next and the last one for informational clarity objections. Cheers. All right, here we are at the last one. So last but not the least, so let's say it's an information clarity objection. So if they ask what exactly do, you can say, oh, we help specific person. So mention the client type, like you overcome pain, mention the pain by using mechanism, use what you leverage to achieve an XYZ goal. If I want to give an example could be like, we help online businesses like yours overcome lack of appointments or lack of sales calls by using our organic growth content strategy to achieve your 100k per month goal, basically. And this will depend on business to business, niche to niche. So you'll usually have this line from your script, so you can just use that. We've helped over XYZ professionals achieve ABC results. Same thing. Here's the link for you to check some of them. Link. Then don't forget to always end with a question. So next question in the script for wrap-up link or for call pitch, whatever stage you're at right now. How does this program work? Can you tell me more about the process first? Of course, we help. Again, same thing. Blah 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 blah. We help. Here's the link, and then just giving them more detail. Like it's a one-to-one program, and I type off my fingers explaining everything here. So what I'd recommend is hopping on a call with my team to discuss how exactly we'll help you achieve your XYZ goal. You see, if I just tell this person, whoever this is, let's say it's a one-to-one program, and let's hop on a call to give you more details. It can work for some lead, but it can also come off as rude, or it can also come off as beating around the bush, like not telling them what exactly we offer. So that's why I'm using humor by literally saying that, dude, we offer so many things that I type off my fingers if I start explaining everything. So that's why I'd recommend a call. If all sounds good to you, you can decide to work with it. Sound fair, name? See, making it as easy as possible for them to understand. Works like magic. How long is the program? Oh, our programs are custom built, designed to help you achieve your specific goals, and can be whatever the timeline is for your particular program, 3 to 6 months, whatever. And then next question for rapport building, or if you have the call stage, call pitching, whatever. But yeah, this is all for the information and clarity objections. Cheers. So if you want the complete plug and play objection handling framework, just DM me the word objection on Instagram and I will send it straight to you. And for those of you who want this entire system on how we build sales assets and operations, how we hire, train, and manage sales team, and scale your sales built entirely for you, there's a link in the description where you can apply to work with us directly. We'll see if it's a good fit to help you scale your business to the next level and save 20+ hours a week.